much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain. Repetition grind. Statues running through my veins. Perched in my blood cells like I'm on my feet so long, I forgot about the membrane. So many miles walked every time I see you cradled, and I get the strength to walk 100 more. In my superhero mind, a superhero died. It's so easy to break when it's breaking time. Repetition grind. Framed in the Mona Lisa, sculptured like the Black Madonna, it would be my honor. Repetition grind. Outside, the floral orange grenade invades the pillow jack monkey parade and the banana. And I'm lost. I don't know how I feel.
You feel it.
And experience restraint every time I take a breath. I break a rib. It's like feeding yourself. I jacked that thing. I pulled it up without restraint. And the banana.
And
the contents I speak in, the fumbles I spilled without regard, are colored details, the manner of the hostage. Without consideration, in black and white, or female, weight suspended to the diet of the fight. And in this letter didn't include the deep dark, the inclination, devastation, lethal, seemingly swole, cold, pink, beasted, the freedom and the right, and the banana. I am obese in meaning, in cause and effect. I am obese in seeing, in sight, sound, and screaming. My soul is bariatric, and I am so alone, heavy. My soul, cardiac, cold zone arrested, everywhere. Everywhere I sit, I'm sold, I'm chained, I'm bound. There is no explaining this self-destructive behavior, except to put the food down and gain control. The aching persists beside the doctor's pen, alongside the diagnosis that seems to have no end. He says to me, all of your energy is spent if you continue to live as if death doesn't exist. The sound of the truth closes my eyes so slowly, so deeply, so surreal and creepy. I reply, I do not want to die, but dear God, doctor, I am not in control of my life. I do what I am told, even when I know that it's my expense that's on the dotted line. I trip and toss, I turn and rip at the spine, my bones crack and break, my blood is dry. Repetition grind. And like a dream, I drift in nightmare, in suspense. Like two souls aware the rift, I become two angels above and within. The diseases foretell too many stories, not meant to be told, but the truth they exude are bariatric on my soul. The truth of the matter is, the fact is, as long as I'm alone and do not care for the affections of others, as long as I can use that space reserved for them to spread my self-intentions, my obesity I've spread beyond myself, operating in multiple places, in multiple feces, both mentally and physically. I am insane. What can I do for you? Why it gotta be like this? How can I make it right? Sitting beside you in this cement-based bed at nearly 800 pounds, I'm here to understand. Bedridden for over 10 years, I won't leave your side. Your greenish brown eyes smile so fiercely, so solemnly, twinkling above your vibrant grin. Diabetes has eroded your skin and blackened your limbs, and yet I still love your skin, festering and bubbled from lack of blood flow and infection, flies by the dozens, landing and escaping from the damp vinegar water towels I placed on your legs. Kidneys failing, you, and you're in so much pain, your forehead creases above your eyes, channeling the pain into this anvil like tolerance above your cries. So used to the stench that I can't even smell it anymore. I love you too much. What can I do for you? Why it gotta be like this? What did I do? Smile. Easy, smile. Pain has no place within such a beautiful smile. I know too much pain. I've seen too much pain. It's not your fault. I let you do it. I know you love me more than anyone in this world. But a man that cannot do for himself ain't much of a man. These things ain't worth much to the outside world. After a while, you just become another useless body, another number to take care of. But you don't worry. I let you do and be who you are. I showed you. I shouldn't have used food to keep us together, to keep you waiting on me hand and foot like a servant because I didn't know any better. I didn't want to be alone. What have I done? What have I done? You're no burden on me. No burden at all. I've never felt that way, and I never will. I smiled and closed my eyes, exhaling that last breath. My heartbeat fading, leaving you alone, so alone. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. Statues running through my veins. Perched in my blood cells like I'm on my feet so long, I forgot about the membrane. So many miles walked every time I see you cradled, and I get the strength to walk 100 more. In my superhero mind, a superhero died. It's so easy to break when it's breaking time. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. Framed in the Mona Lisa, sculptured like the Black Madonna, it would be my honor. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. Even when it's all even, and the urge to eat stops eating, it bottoms out the heavy, that large bariatric demon. Working up another cause, the black hole be thinking, so heavy, heavy on the soul, pulling at your weakness, whatever I can find, no matter the sequence, cause permanent cold of the spine. Electrified, it takes what it takes, breaking you just to choose you, and in the breaking, it refused to. Horrifying. You become both who you are and who you knew. The break in time like night and day, indoors and in place. The collective mind in limbo. The fight becomes two, a life above and a life within. The bariatric heavy like Hercules balancing the strength. The flaw of man dashed in the breaking. Awakened. The mirror like a seesaw. The angel swearing. The ups and downs resurface again and again. Like a twin, your other half fidgeting to split, not aware of the picture, the figment within becomes your division. A trick, a figment of an upbeat mentalist, fastened to the deep by the dreams of a madam. The weight translates to powders, johns, and bystanders. The madam holds the leash, curving out the beast, too heavy to keep going, too drawn to stay asleep. She walks quite stealthy, long-toothed and begging, I'm following your lead, dear God, release me. Yet I know not who I follow. Why must I do these things? So deep in that bariatric medley, heavy in that uptick demon, my path is destructive, a disaster on repeat, on gain, again and again. Crave after crave, all that is magic, gasping for air. And who will listen? Who will listen? Who will I be when the need to run the streets survives? It's another cold night in this bariatric, cold, heavy bones banging on a mattress. It's something about the chest caving when the heart knocks out, 400 pounds on the squat, breaking down the couch. I've been in fear for so long that standing in the truth crushes my God. I nearly believe I can. I almost believe my breaking legs. The fear has rolled me raw. And the thought of just standing up takes the cake. I gotta use you, needing to lean, gotta catch my breath. Heavy breathing, leaning on the muscle, word or law, convicting my song, my bariatric song. Chasing me down, taking me away, like shoo, shoo, big girl, it's too late for you. I sit vinegar or sugar, is it sweet or sour? Am I worth the cheap thrill? Will I survive the hour? You don't see my tears. You can't see me cry. You laugh at my pain, that's funny to you? You think my weight is something I can change? Why is it me who cannot maintain? And when I die, who cares? Is this who I am? I don't give a damn. Watch and understand. I wobble when I walk. So what? I sweat, belch when I talk. And my body aches. I tend to stink. Take me for who I am. God loves me. And I ain't never gonna change. Everything is heavy. Everything bangs. And this is the Lord that I must maintain, weighing on my bariatric brain. God, I'm so tired. Again and again. Just one more hour. Again and again. Just a little bit further again. Just believe in what I say, and you will win. Bariatric on my soul. Again and again. Bariatric on my soul. Again and again. Bariatric on my soul. Again and again. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. Statues running through my veins. Pursed in my blood cells like I'm on my feet so long, I forgot about the membrane. So many miles walked every time I see you cradled, and I get the strength to walk 100 more. In my superhero mind, a superhero died. It's so easy to break when it's breaking time. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. Framed in the Mona Lisa, sculptured like the Black Madonna, it would be my honor. Repetition, 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 repetition grind. As much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain.